Help me. Help me. I'm trapped in a prison without prison bars. Hi there. I'm here in my Beatles Yellow Submarine long sleeve shirt, holding on to a dolly, but it's not politically correct to call these dollies anymore. Did you know that? Now you're supposed to call them a cart. A little thing with wheels on it, little L at the bottom so you can move stuff around, boxes. It's called a cart because dolly is like sexist or misogynist or something. But I wanted to confess that I'm in a prison, that I am not a true audiophile or a vinyl freak, and I want to explain why. Back in the early days, new releases came out on vinyl, like the first Bride, first White Cross, first Bloodgood album, first Barren Cross album, first Striper album. All these albums came to me on vinyl. The first King's X album, Out of the Silent Planet. The record company actually sent that to me after I'd already purchased the CD. That came in a long box. Why did they have long boxes back in the day? Because CDs were a new format, and the record sections of music stores like Sound Warehouse or Musicland, pick your favorite store, Sam Goody, they were made to display a 12-inch by 12-inch vinyl album. And CDs were like 5 1/4 by 5 1/4. They wouldn't stand up, they wouldn't show, they wouldn't display properly. So they made long boxes so they were as tall as the vinyl albums. And they could use the same racks for this transition into the digital age. Now, I've told this story before, and I'm sorry for repeating it again. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry for repeating the story again. But the reason I got onto the CD craze was I got Striper Soldiers Under Command in the long box. I opened that long box up, I pulled it out, I put the CD on, I listened to it with headphones, and I listened to my favorite song, which was First Love, an incredible ballad by Striper. And I'm listening to my favorite song. And so any song that you call favorite, you've probably heard more than once. You're probably pretty darn familiar with it. In fact, back in the days of full-length albums, you probably, when the song before it on the album track, I think First Love might have been the last track on side one, but I could be wrong. That's totally memory, and I've slept since then. But back in the day, when one song started to fade out, you could hear your favorite song start to come on. And when First Love was over, you might even start to hear what the next track is. That's how familiar you are with music that you'd like. And your favorite song times 10. So I'm listening to First Love, and I'm hearing an acoustic guitar track in the song, in the same mix that I've heard dozens, if not hundreds of times. And that convinced me, oh my goodness, I have got to buy CDs now, because I heard an acoustic guitar that was buried in the mix I was hearing from my cassette tape and vinyl. So that's what got me to believe in the compact disc. And I went out and bought a CD player. I think it cost me about $200. $250 was about the going price for the average, fairly bottom of the line CD player at the time. Fortunately, they're a lot cheaper years after that. But so once I started getting CDs, I was preferring the CD copy to the vinyl. And I actually got rid of a bunch of my early Christian metal vinyl. What was I thinking? How stupid. You know, the Detonation album, I think I kept that one, but I think the Bloodgood self-titled I got rid of. I sold that Out of the Silent Planet vinyl to a friend. Sold that first Bride, that first White Cross, all these albums that, man, I wish I had on vinyl now. But here's the deal. Not in any order here, but these are reasons why I'm not a vinyl freak. One is I don't have that kind of disposable income. I don't have a job that gives me the luxury of being able to spend a decent amount of money per month or per quarter or per year on music. Just don't, I'm I'm not in that season of life right now where I've got that kind of spending cabbage, as Blackfoot would say. Got me no spending cabbage, but I sure do think this whole world is cruel. Doo-dee-dee, boo-dee-dee, 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 boom, boom, boom. That was for Micro, not because he's a Blackfoot fan. Maybe he is. He should listen to Blackfoot, bro, if you ever stumble across any of my videos, which you probably never, ever will. But maybe one of your friends will say, hey, Doug Van Pelt shouted you out in the middle of a video randomly. Guy's weird. Maybe you'll check out Blackfoot. But again, once again, for the 712th time, I regress. So, getting back on track. So I don't have the disposable income. I don't have the space to display all the vinyl. Yeah, I still have a vinyl collection. There's probably 300 titles maybe. And that's at the HM Ranch at my home, which is a kind of a small 1,000 square foot, 3-bedroom home. I don't have room for a vinyl collection. So I don't have room for it. And probably the biggest reason is practicality. I like the convenience of listening to music on my phone. That phone right there that's on a little stand right now recording this video. That's where my music collection is. I can just click on that app, open up the music, and the way I listen to music now is I have it on shuffle. And I only uploaded songs on my phone, about 10,000 worth, songs that I love. So every song that's gonna randomly play, I'm gonna love it anyway, even if it's not what I was thinking of. If I have a song in my head and I've got to hear it, I can just go to the library and change it from songs to artists or albums and then pick it then, or just go right to the song title and keep it in shuffle so it keeps playing randomly after that one song plays. That's the biggest reason why I'm not a vinyl freak, is convenience. I'm one of those freaks who likes to have music on the go, portable music. My phone works with the Bluetooth in the car, so my car stereo, which is my studio of choice these days, that's where I listen to music at full volume and where I get to hear things. And just having it on my phone, obviously driving down the road, I can't have the needle with a big weight on it to keep it from skipping when I drive over a speed bump or hit into a dip, which I'm wont to do. And the Wonton song by Led Zeppelin, cue that up next, please. Thank you, Mr. DJ. So those are the reasons why I'm not a vinyl freak, but man, there's nothing like that experience of holding that 12-inch by 12-inch piece of art in your hands, pulling out the liner notes and being able to read something really cool and intelligent and mysterious and educational from the artist or from a great writer like John De Laurentiis or John J. Thompson or Scott Waters, bunch of Doc, Jonathan T. Swank, Kevin Carruthers, Jeff McCormack, a bunch of folks, Lloyd Harp, have written liner notes and are doing just a great job for all these reissues. And what I've been meaning to do for a long time, hopefully shortly after this video comes out, we will fulfill one of my ideas, is to interview the big three of the small three. That's right, Girder, Rocks, and Retroactive. Those guys are making stuff happen in the Christian heavy metal, this whole scene that we know and love. They're re-releasing stuff that we could not get anymore if we wanted it. And I love what Jeff McCormack says, like, I could never find this in the wild. What in the wild means is when you go to your local pawn shop or record store and go through the albums. And it's rare that you find some of the gems that you want to. And that's a score. And you got to post that on Facebook when that happens, what your score was, because it's so rare to come across something really, really cool. So anyway, there's my diatribe on vinyl. I hope you are entertained like crazy. I hope you're just as happy as a peach. And I want you to watch this commercial. And hey, Romeo, you want to come up and say anything to the camera? He's not too talkative. He's never said an English word in his life. But join the discussion. Say something. Insult me. Anything.
Rock stars on God, caught in the fire, searching for meaning in a world of desire. They sing of the heavens, they scream of the void. Rock stars on God, where do they belong?
Wrestle Dave Mustaine in the octagon. No, I won't.